This is Crafty Christine, and this is going to be my flip through video of my Sunny Days collection. And it was my challenge in the month of July to journal every day. And I also did a video for each entry, and she ended up being very chunky, which I expected because I like to add a lot of stuff when I do my journaling. And so let's just go ahead and get started. Okay, so this is day 1, July the 1st. So I used the time card here, made it into a little pocket, and there's my journaling. And then we received a flashcard, and I did some more journaling on that. This was the napkin that we received, and it's absolutely gorgeous. And I absolutely love the texture of this. It just feels so good. So for day 2, I did an altered guess check, and I used a digital printout of a mushroom. I used my dictionary page, added some trim and some ribbon here, and I did my journaling on the back. And this is actually from my Christmas stuff. It's actually the kind of wax paper that you put on jar lids for gift jars. And I also made a altered paper clip using the die cuts that came with the kit. And I made a place for Lynette's letter that came in the kit. And then I just have some scrapbook paper where I made a little pocket, and then I put this little tag on here. July the 3rd and 4th. And so I found Uncle Sam in one of my children's books and added the letters American because it was the definition of American that I got from the Charlie Brown dictionary page. And so that's why I put American on there. And then also I added, we do the Firecracker 5K on 4th of July at our church, and this was a little paper from that. And then these are my stickers from Brooke that I used. This page I use items that I bought this book that day, and this was the only picture in it, and I absolutely fell in love with it. I also bought Rook cards from Goodwill. I did some Bible journaling. I'm sorry. I did some journaling on the tag. This is another altered guest check that I did, and my husband and I went to IHOP, and this was on my silverware, and it says fried chicken makes everything better. That's their promotion for their fried chicken. And then I did some more journaling. Okay, for this one is for July the 6th. And so I found this pattern at the thrift store, made a color copy of the pattern, and then cut it out and used it. And this was the day I received my date stickers. So and also I made an order with Brooke, and I got a bunch of matchbooks, and it was from someone's collection, and so I added this one because it was hot dogs and it reminded me of the picnic. So I made this into a sewing picnic theme, I guess. And so this was an envelope that I layered the pattern paper on it, and I did my journaling in here. And this was the thank you I got from Brooke with my order. And then this was from Lynette that came with the Sunny Days collection, because I ordered the first day it came out. Alright, and this is Celebrate. So I made a pocket here for my journaling because I had a lot to journal about that day. And I put Celebrate. This was actually in the journal. And so it's like a placemat, paper placemat. So what I did is I have my journaling for July the 7th. This is a recipe card from the kit, and I put ingredients: love, patience, peace, joy, and hope. And then I have my journaling cards for the 8th and the 9th. And then I did decoupaged napkin with a fussy cut flower. So this is Wednesday, July the 10th. This day I went to Hobby Lobby and I picked up this collage paper, which I absolutely love, and I decoupage it on here. This is a seed envelope that came from the Target dollar spot, so I added this and then added some lace, and this was part of the trim, and I just made a little bow. This was out of a journal that I bought that day at a thrift store, and so I cut it out, and it's the verse Matthew 6:26 through 33. This is my journaling. And then also I put this little poem there and made it into a tag. Okay, this is my spread for July the 11th and 12th. And so I had a lot to journal, so I have that. This was a drawer liner, paper drawer liner that I found at the thrift store, and I fussy cut it out, and so I put it on both pages. This came from the Edith Holden book, and then I just made a little tag, and actually, yeah, I wrote about where the items came from. And then this is fussy cut butterflies. And this bird actually came from the July page of the Edith Holden book. And then I have some more journaling. So some days I have a lot more journaling, you know, than others. So this one I wanted to go all out summer. So what I did is I this was a checkered tissue paper that came in the kit, and so first I decoupaged that, then I decoupaged what was left of my strawberry napkin and put it on top to kind of tone down the checkered, and then I added what was left of my strawberry plant. I made this tag and added some stickers on there, and then did my journaling. This is the tea bag that came in the kit, and so what I did is I added my hearts on here because I decided not to do that in the middle of the page because it didn't go with the page I did in the middle, and so I went back through the book to see where I could add them, and then I found the tea bag. And so I added them to the strings on my tea bag. And this came with the kit, and I just added it as is into the pocket. And so these stickers are from Brooks, monthly stickers, and it was July bucket list, and so I put 31-day journal challenge. So I'm going to do that. Watch Harry Potter, went to Goodwill and hauled good stuff, filmed YouTube videos, spend time with family, have fun crafting. Alright, so some of the things were items I did that day, and some were for the whole month. Okay, so the next page, I die cut jar that came from the kit, and I did another altered guest check, did my journaling there. And I was so happy I found this recipe card in my Betty Crocker recipe, and so I was so happy to be able to use that. Monday, July the 15th, I got really messy and played with paints for the background, and I also fussy cut this hibiscus plant from our plant card that came in the kit, and then I used the inventory tag and then did my journaling. July the 16th, I added a dictionary page. This was the day that my stamps came from Gail Augustinelli. I was one of the winners that day, and I won a stamp set. And so it came in today, so I wanted to add it to the page. And this is my journaling. And also here too. And this was the business envelope that came in the kit. And then I cut it down, made it top loading. And then this is just a little bit wet distressed ink. And then of course the green rickrack kind of just ties the pages together. Okay, this was the day I received a thank you card from my friend. I made her a baby journal. They had just adopted a little girl, and this was her thank you note, and I really loved the paper that she used on the thank you card, and so I matched it to the page that I received in the kit, which was a May Edith Holden page, and I just loved how this page all went together. And I used some of the scraps from the Tim Holtz collage paper, and this was a dictionary page, and then did some journaling on the back. So I really loved how this page turned out. So this is a 2-day spread, Thursday the 18th, Friday the 19th, and so this is my journaling. This is a picture of a banana split. I was really craving a banana split, and then on this card I actually found a recipe for a banana split from a recipe page. I added an ice cream cone, did my journaling here. This was with the kit. It's a recipe, and these stamps I actually picked up at an antique store, and I got a big stack of them, and I was really happy because I've never had these trading stamps before, and I was happy to use it as a pocket. On Saturday, the July 20th, I decided to go with a simple layout. I finally was able to use my big tag, and I did a lot of journaling on it. I'll just set it aside. And so I used some stickers that I had on hand, and a little dragonfly, and this is a poppy that I had fussy cut, and I was finally able to use it. Okay, on Sunday, July the 21st, I got my geek on, and I pulled some of my children's books that I absolutely love and adore, and I'm just so happy I was able to use them, only to realize that, you know, 2 days before was the 50th anniversary of the Apollo 11 landing, and so yeah, I just really love that I had picked this, and it came to me as I was doing this entry. And so this is state of Alabama where I live, and I just thought they really go together. So Monday, July the 22nd, I loved how I went into my children's books and got these items out. So I decided to go with a 70s, late 60s groovy theme, and this was something I picked up at Goodwill. That it's a drawer liner, and I also picked up these cards right here. I only picked up 2 items that day, and so I used a seed packet envelope so I could do my journaling. So what I did is I took the cutoff from the couch and just added it to a card, did my journaling, and just love this. And then these were in a 70s children's book, and I cut it out and added it to the envelope. And then this is my mermaid theme. I also went to Dollar Tree that day and picked out the mermaid wall stickers and I pulled some blues and green scrapbook paper and then used some of my distress inks to kind of make it look like water. I really love how where I tore the page, it was a perfect place for her to sit down. And then this actually was here already. It was a bag, and so I added, you know, scrapbook paper, added more stickers. This is for Tuesday the 23rd, so I have journaling in here. And then this was for the 24th, so I put this mermaid with the merkitty, and there's my journaling there. And I just left these blank. I didn't write on them because I just thought it was too pretty to write on. Okay, so after that day, I went all vintage. So this is July the 25th. I used my Studio Calico date stamp, which was a Mother's Day gift. And I pulled this bag, which came with the kit, and I used it as the background for both pages. This was also a bag that came with the kit, so this is what I used to put my tags. There's my journaling there, and this is a reproduction of the Sears catalog from the 70s. And so this is one of my favorite things, is windmills. So I wanted to keep this, you know, I wanted to keep this one for my own personal journaling. And so what I did is I sewed on some coffee dyed graph paper and then did my journaling here. So I had a lot to talk about that day. So I really loved how this page turned out. And so I wanted to use up what was left of my strawberry items, and so I found this in a garden book, which is a strawberry and its scientific name and just information about strawberries. And this is one that I fussy cut out. And then on here I added a strawberry ice cream pie recipe from a vintage recipe book. And then these are my journaling tags. So this one is strawberry, and then this was from a garden book, and then I did my journaling there. And then this is the other side, and so I added the rest of my fussy cut strawberry items that I had. And I really love it because I used that graph paper that's green, and I just love how it just ties in all the green and red, and it plays well together. This page is vintage collage. So I got some of my oldest vintage items, a 1911 ledger, a 1911 book. I don't know the date of this paper, but I figured out it was from Brazil. But I also use modern items like digital papers, digital reprints of older mushroom pages. This is a Tim Holtz flashcard, and I put "Remember This Moment." And these are some butterflies that I pulled from a digital kit. And this is also kind of a old-ish dictionary page. So I really loved how my collage went together. Absolutely love it. Alright, so this was my cherry bomb page. I bombed because I did the entire left side and did not like it, and so I totally redid it. And so I really loved how this turned out after all the mess I went through. It's one of my favorites because it's not my typical page, and so it took me out of my comfort zone. This came from my calendar. This was my June calendar page, and actually it has July 2019 on the back of it. So I used that for my journaling, and I found out and discovered that I can stamp on glassine bags, and it turns out really good. I just love how that looks and feels, and I just love to be able to use my Authentique Fabulous paper for this, because it's, you know, it's been in my stash for a while and I just never used it, so I was so happy to use it. I also, the next day, I went back to my vintage roots, and so I pulled out some wildflower book pages, and this is a tag that I had in my stash that I made from Bookpage, and this is a digital sunflower. Added some lace and gingham or rickrack. And I didn't journal on this because I did all my journaling on this stationery page, so I left this as is, and I really love how this page turned out. So wow, I'm to the last page. This is my last page, July the 31st. So I kind of wanted to use elements that came with the kit. It was a message pad paper, I guess, and so I really liked the pink. And since I changed my name, my YouTube name this month, I put hello, my name is Crafty Christine, and I used this is from my stash, so I did a little collage on it, and there's my card, and then I put the name of the collection, my name, and then the date, July 2019. I made a library pocket out of this scrapbook page and added "You Go Girl" and love it because I finished my challenge. I was so tickled and happy that I made it all the way through July, journaling every day and doing videos for each entry. And so there is my journaling. So I am just so tickled and so happy to complete something. And I always have a lot of good intentions, but sometimes I just never follow through, and I'm just so tickled that I was able to do this and just really get back into YouTube again and doing videos again, and I'm just loving it. Thank you guys so much again for everything, and I just hope you guys have a wonderfully blessed day, and until next time.